Hi y'all, this is your girl Tillery and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk to you about chemotherapy. So if you're following me, I'm starting a breast cancer series. My first video is discussing like how I discovered I had breast cancer and all the tests that I had to go through. So this video is about chemotherapy. KEYTRUDA, and y'all probably seen a commercial about KEYTRUDA because I see commercials. Before I even had discovered that I had breast cancer, I seen commercials of KEYTRUDA, which is pretty much a immunotherapy. And for triple negative, they that's part of the treatment plan that they recommend that people with triple negative breast cancer get KEYTRUDA as part of the treatment. Okay, so let's talk about that. This is like the meat and the potatoes of your treatment, right? So chemotherapy, it attacks any cancer that may have floated throughout the body. Radiation only focuses on one part of that area. So I haven't started radiation yet. I'm about to, but that would only focus on that area of my breast where the cancer was found. But chemotherapy is through the whole entire body system, right? Okay, so chemotherapy, before I had to have it, I had to have a procedure to put the port in. And my surgeon did that part. And she put a port placement in. And I have a scar right here where it was placed. I'm gonna get up a little bit, and here was where the port was sticking out of my skin, and because they couldn't find like a vein or something, they had to make a little small incision into my neck, so I could feel that cord all the way here to here where that port was, and the port was like this, but it was soft. So when I would go and get chemotherapy, they poked me, and if they gave me a numbing cream as part, like when you get chemotherapy, they prescribed a couple of medications. And one of the medications was a numbing cream for that area. So when I knew I was about to have chemo that day, I put the cream on like an hour or two before I got there so my skin could be numb. Because if you wait too long, you feel that. And that happened to me twice. Like when she poked me, I felt that, and just wasn't fun. They also give you Claritin because Claritin helps people, you won't develop allergies. And they gave me another medicine, and I forgot what that was for, but I'll make sure I put a note in the comment what it was. So at that time, here's the treatment plan when it comes to chemo. Because of the type of breast cancer I had, they wanted to do 6 months of chemo. And in that 6 months of chemo, I had to have like 3 consecutive treatments. Then I get a week of rest, then 3 more, then a week of rest, then 3 more, then a week of rest. That was the pattern. I'm a petite woman, just by general makeup. So they already prepared me that I probably would lose weight. I lost 10 pounds, which isn't a lot, but when you're a petite woman, that kind of might be a little bit of a lot because, you're already small enough, right? So some of the signs of chemo that I experienced, I'm sorry I didn't put all the side effects, but these are pretty much general anyway for everybody. Number 1, hair loss. I did lose my hair. And if you saw my old videos, that's my natural hair, right? So I prepared myself that I was going to lose my hair. And if you see my last hair product video was Mielle Organics. In that video, I had straightened my hair and I wanted to show the serum, so I wanted to show the curl cream, right? I was making a video of the curl cream. But when I was making the video of the, straightening my hair, my hair was falling out real time in that video. It was starting to fall out because I had just started chemo, and my hair was falling out. And I was like bugging out because my hair was falling out. So when I tried to make the second video, because I really wanted to show the curl cream, right? That didn't go well at all. When I looked at that video, before that video, my hair, I had washed my hair so I could, put the curl cream in because I was doing the wash and go. As I was washing my hair was clumping up. It was knotting up. It was, I was like, what's going on with my hair? I was bugging, right? And, I talked to my youngest daughter. I said, we're going to have to cut my hair because my hair is knotting up. So she came in and she was like, oh, I don't want to do this. She didn't want to cut my hair. But she said, you know what? We're going to do this. So we was in the bathroom and she cut my hair into a bob, like sort of shorter than this, but it was a bob, right? And I posted it online, well, end of an era, and I had a sink full of hair. So when I tried to do the video of a wash and go with a bob, because I really wanted to, show you guys I like the product and da-da-da, I look so sad in that video. I didn't realize how sad I looked in that video. And I was like, I'm not posting that because I look so depressed, sad. My feelings, it was hurt about my hair. I was just done. I said, nah, I can't post that. So my hair was coming out. Okay, so my hair actually, I didn't go scalp bald. I had little peach fuzz on my hair when it was done and said, okay? I didn't go completely bald until I finished chemo and I shaved the rest of that little peach fuzz off my head. I did that myself. The other side effect that I had was neuropathy. And I'm still dealing with that. See how black my fingernails are? That's a side effect. And if you look at my hand, I don't know if you really can see, like this part of my fingers are darker than this hand. It's actually, my skin color is actually coming back. And this is actually lightening up the blackness on my fingers. And that's from certain type of drugs that I was getting during chemo. I also have it on my feet. I have black spots on my hands, like here and here. They're not as bad as they were. And I have it on my feet as well. I lost my taste buds. I had black on my tongue. That freaked me out. And it sucked that I couldn't eat certain foods because I couldn't taste nothing. I could not taste anything. What else? I had muscle weakness towards the end. I'm still dealing with that. So after I finish radiation, I'm gonna go back to the gym because I have muscle weakness. So my oldest daughter she has short flight of stairs, and me going up the stairs during that time winded me, and my muscles were really weak in my thighs. So I have muscle weakness, right? So during chemo, after they put the port in, and then I go and show up for my appointment, and I have a nurse, and I shout out to Pam, chef's kiss to Pam. Pam was amazing to me. I had top tier nurses, top tier doctors. I can't complain on that. And so I sit in my chair. She always offered me a warm blanket or a pillow. Part of my treatment, they gave me Benadryl. I always went to sleep. They gave me some other type of drug. I think it was like Claritin. And then I would get one drug at a time that I was, prescribed. I got KEYTRUDA once a month. And those days when I got KEYTRUDA, I was extra tired because I had KEYTRUDA and my regular chemo, and I was just done for the day. But during my chemo, Taxol or carbonoxyl, something like that, I had to put this on. These are our insulated cold boots that you have to put in the freezer, and then I would give them to Pam and she would put them in the deep freezer to keep them cold until I got that drug, and then I would put these on with the glove so I wouldn't get this, but I still got it anyway. And sometimes these were super cold. And she would, I would put socks on my hands and my feet so I wouldn't be cold. So that's the insulin of it. And so I would get these, and I'm gonna post a picture of me with this on during chemo. So when she gives me my chemo, she pokes me in my port. I didn't get it in the arm because I have the port. She poked me in the port. She, do the saline where they flush you out. And then she gives me my Benadryl, and then she gives me my Claritin, and then she gives me my chemo. And I would get one bag at a time. So I was doing chemo 3 hours every Friday. Okay? And then I'm working still at this point. So I had took like that intermittent FLA, so I could take the whole weekend to just recover and then go back to work. And that worked for a good while until May or April. And this is when they changed remedies and gave me the stronger medication. And I had this medication called the Red Devil. And I'm gonna put it on my links so you can see the name, and I put AKA Red Devil so you can know the drug that they gave me. And it's actually red, and it's a small bag, so that's how potent it is. And this is supposed to really kill the cancer cells throughout the body, but it just really kills your immune system. It kills your energy level. I mean, it's strong. And when they gave it to me the first time, I couldn't keep nothing down. I was throwing up, which is a side effect of chemo, but I only vomit very little. But this time, I could not keep nothing down. Nausea, that's part of another side effect of chemo. But this time, I was very nauseous. Oh, they did prescribe me nausea medicine. And I didn't have to take it as much. But when I got that Red Devil, woo! I was messed up for like 5 days. I even called them and I was like, hey, I'm not doing good with this, And they were like, you can come in, because they was gonna give me an IV to, bring me back up. But I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And I should have probably went and did that, but I was just so weak. My mental wasn't, fully there. So I knew at that point I could not go back to work at all. Not dealing with this, so I had to fully do FMLA, because there was no way I could work with getting this type of treatment. So I went out full FMLA, and I stayed in bed for a few days at a time. Like after I get a treatment, I would be in the bed for like 3 or 4 days, because I was just so exhausted and broken. I couldn't move. And then I would slowly try to have some energy, but I only had to get 4 treatments of that. But it still messed you up, because it took several days before you even feel normal again, whatever that means, right? After I finished chemo, I did ring the bell, cancer-free. But what I will say about chemo, because I lost my taste buds, I did have, trouble trying to eat healthy, because my taste buds, I just couldn't taste nothing. And the only certain things I could taste, that's what I would eat. Like I could eat enchiladas, I could eat tacos. I could eat avocado toast, and sweet and sour soup, hot and sour soup. My diet was very limited because I could not taste nothing. Water was out of the question, even though they said, you gotta hydrate, hydrate. Water, I could not taste. I couldn't keep it down. So for water, I had to get creative. And I would drink half water and half cranberry juice. And that was able to get down. Coffee, and I'm a coffee drinker. I could not taste coffee. And that sucked. I was getting mad because I went different places to get coffee, and they all taste watered down. Tastes like water and cream. And I was so upset about that. So I couldn't drink coffee anymore, right? Which was probably not a bad thing. But if that's your little pleasure and you can't have your little pleasure, so that sucked, right? And then meat. Okay? The sight of meat disgusted me. Steak, and I'm a steak girl. Couldn't eat steak. Chicken. The sight of chicken repulsed me. Okay? Fish. I love seafood. Could not eat any of it. So I can only eat plant-based. So when I got my food, it was plant-based. What else? I couldn't eat sweets like donuts and cookies, stuff, fun stuff. I couldn't eat that stuff. My body was like, no, we're not eating that. Of course, alcohol was out of the question, right? Which makes sense because alcohol can contribute to it. But what I did learn, because I started researching and trying to find out and trying to understand in my head, what is this breast cancer crap? Sugar feeds cancer. So all the things I enjoy, I can't rock with, because if it's feeding the cancer, I cannot eat it. I can't ingest it into my body. Let's talk about constipation. That's another issue I had, was constipation, and I had to take laxatives or enemas because especially after treatment, I felt so miserable. And I know this is TMI, but we're talking about it. I want to be transparent. Even your waist looks different than it did your normal waist. Mine's look the texture of it just look even more gross than your normal waist, right? So laxatives were definitely my friend, because especially after treatment, because I feel extra bounded, what else? I'm trying to remember, and I didn't write any notes. I'm just freestyling this, so. But I remember that crap, You remember the trauma, right? I got through chemo. I made it through the other side. If you follow me on Facebook, you see where I got my little certificate where I rang the bell. I have a video of me and Pam, and she got emotional. I saw her. She just tried to hold her tears. She said, "You're not gonna see me anymore." I said, "I'll come visit you, but not like this." And it was emotional for me. But I'm the type of person that have a delay emotion. So after I went through all of that chemo, because that was 6 months, 6 months. And my face was swollen. I was like, what's going on with my face? Because I lost my eyebrows. I lost my eyelashes. You lose hair everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, yes, there too. You lose hair everywhere. And I stopped my last treatment in June. This is now August, and my hair is starting to grow back. So I have a low cut fade, and my eyebrows are coming back, And my eyelashes are starting to come back, but I didn't put any mascara on because they're still short. But my eyelashes are coming back. I still don't have hair on my arms yet, which is fine because that don't bother me. But now I'm starting to get hair, you know, down there, and my hair is trying to come back under my arms, which, you know, I don't care about hair under the arms, but it's coming back. In itself, losing my hair, because I remember feeling my skin. I said, why is my skin extra soft and extra smooth? Because I lost hair even on my legs. You know, I lost hair everywhere. And I was like, well, I don't care about that. I don't care about that because, you know, my skin feels really nice. My skin was very dry during chemo. I got these dark spots, these dark patches right here on my face. And I kept looking at me. I said, what's going on there? And that was a side effect from chemo, but they're starting to lighten up. I barely can see them now. Chemo is hard on the body. It is. It's nowhere other put. Anybody who went through chemo or seen somebody go through chemo, it is hard on the body. It's hard on your emotions. It's hard, you know, for my family, because, you know, my children knew, and especially my son, because he would see me predominantly the most. My youngest daughter went to boot camp, so that was hard for her because she wasn't going to be here. But my son, you know, was here every day. My oldest daughter, she's here. You know, she would come make sure I would eat. You know, she would bring me food, or I would go over to her house. She's like, I'm cooking, come over, come eat, you know. So my children, they looked out, you know, but I know it was hard on them to see me because I was a very active mother. I'm an active person. And my son said, I would know when you're okay because then you'll clean the kitchen, you know. He said, but when you sleep all day, I'm like, okay, she needs to rest. When you're going through chemo, give yourself grace. If you're ever in that situation, give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. When your body wants to rest, let it rest. Can't stress that enough. When your body wants to rest, let it rest. Because that's part of the healing, is letting your body rest. Letting them cells regenerate. Let your body rest. Eat what you can. After I got through chemo, I started, my last chemo was in June. Give your time to rest. My taste buds started coming back late June, little by little. So then now in July, I was able to start eating healthy the way I wanted to. But July came and I had to have surgery. So my next video will talk about my surgery. So we're going to stop here and we're going to go to the next video and talk about surgery. So thank you for watching. Any questions, put it down in the chat. Don't forget to click share and subscribe, or like and subscribe. I keep forgetting how to say that because it's been a while. And I hope this helps someone out there that is about to go on that journey. I would love to create a breast cancer community. I also, during that time, I did join a group, and I'll just share that information in my next video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.